thanks to like more evidence and stuff. And now he's in jail for 23 more years. And right now he's like 78. So he's probably going to be in jail for the rest of his life. So that's like amazing. Um, and like his helpers, I don't know about their trials. And like I don't know about Jay. Like she should be in jail for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like that's one of the ones that was arrested. Like I couldn't really find much on the other people, but there's also a list somewhere of like the branches across the world. Like I was trying to find the actual list, but I could only find an article of the list, which will be in the description. But it lists like all the branches internationally so people know to stay away from them. And there's like some in Europe, in the US, Canada, South Africa, Australia, Korea, Japan, China. Like it's literally all over the world. And like for the US, I know there's some in Texas, California, the one in Chicago. Like it wouldn't surprise me if New York City had one.
Right.
And there's like news now, like since this docuseries came out too, like there's been news about it like being in University of Houston and University of Austin
Oh my
campuses.
gosh. Like UT?
Yeah. So they're still like going to campuses too.
That's so close.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go. You're gonna get caught. No, now you know.
I hate religion.
Yeah.
I would absolutely not have said yes to a Bible study.
Yeah, I would say since this, I have not ever said yes again.
So,
I would say that. And like my mom keeps saying like when I first moved up here, she was like, you should find a church up here and a community like your own age. And I was like, no, I'm never again. Like, but like the problem with this cult is like each branch is called something different. So like the one in Nagoya was called different than the one in Tokyo, and that's different than the one
oh
in
my
Chicago.
god. So you can't even tell it's all.
Yeah, you have no idea it's part of JMS. Like it links up to that. You have no idea. And like if you know the name of the branch, which I can't remember what the name was in Nagoya anymore, but like if even if you know it and you look that up, you're not gonna find anything because it doesn't link to the JMS. So like that's another thing. That like even if you know some things to look up, because they never say his name either. Maybe if you ask, like if you ask, they'll probably just stop talking to you. But
Right.
like it's so hard to research like that this is actually part of it. So,
Wow.
but yeah, that is it. So that's my experience with Providence. And I mean, I would say it was definitely experience. Like I was glad for some things that we did. Like going to Korea was cool, like part of it. And like we did other activities. But I am like very fortunate that I did not have any like life altering issues or like sometimes when you leave they go after you. Like they had no idea. They knew I was in Chicago, but they don't know like actually where I'm at and stuff and where I was going to
Right.
work and they like I deleted line. So like they couldn't really even go after me at least. So like I was very fortunate, but it is like when I look back on Japan, I do think of a lot of this stuff was with the church, which I haven't really ever been able to tell people. So now it's out there, I guess. So
This is why. Like, I was not expecting this.
yeah, I was definitely part of it. I think I was in denial.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know, when things happen, it's kind of like for me for like middle school too. Like when simultaneously like good and bad things are kind of happening, it's like it separates totally in my
You just completely forget the bad things.
yeah, or like I think that was like a different time even. Like
Oh.
I don't know. I have mental health issues too, obviously. But like
I was gonna say, have you talked to a therapist about this?
about
Because.
this, no. No, I mean I got rid of my therapist when I had to start paying my student loans again. I guess I could
Oh.
maybe get it again since I paid off my car, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should talk to a therapist about this. But like also it's not like all my friends were through the cult. Like I had friends in my program that were foreign exchange students from like other places in the world. And I also had a couple friends that like I had met at my university that were Japanese like exchange students. So like I was still hanging out with and doing other stuff with a bunch of other people too.
Right. I think that's really like what,
Yeah.
like, you weren't reliant on them for a community, and I feel like that's like a major thing that kept you. I mean, aside from you just don't really go along with anything anyone says unless you agree with it. But
Right.
like,
Yeah, I wasn't totally isolated, even though like I wasn't talking to anyone about this, obviously. But
right,
like I still had other people to rely on. And like I was there the first semester, I was there with a friend from my university. Like the guy, I mean, we're not friends anymore, but at the time, like I hung out with him a lot too. And like I did tell him, oh, I'm gonna start this Bible study with these people. And like he wanted to go too,
it was
but
a boy.
yeah, he's a guy, so he couldn't go. And I told him as much, and he like pushed back on that. But also at the time, we were like already starting to not become friends in my mind.
Right. Oh my God.
So like
Did the cult, is the cult the reason?
no, there's other
I remember.
reasons.
Yeah, I've heard some of
Yeah,
it.
there's other reasons, but I bet he did try to be like, this is weird that I can't also go, but I was also kind of like, well, they're my friends, you get your own or something. Like, I don't know. Like, especially when I was younger, I definitely have like buckets of friends and they cannot mix. Now it's
Right.
getting a little better, but it's
I'm
like,
like that too.
yeah. But I definitely want to warn people, it's definitely still out there. People are gonna spread it, regardless if he dies in jail still, like whatever, it's gonna be
Right.
out there. So like, be on the lookout and like, just check on your friends.
I'm a little
And,
worried now because one of my old friends here, his coworker, suddenly became religious.
mm,
And I
suddenly?
don't, yeah, like in months.
Okay, how old is he?
She's,
Oh, she. She?
yeah, I think she's short though. But she, I think she's only like 19 or 20.
Hmm. I mean,
But I have no way of, I'm not going to contact them and ask what group she's in.
right. They don't only go after short or like tall people though.
Right.
Like there
But,
were people of all ages and all like heights and looks and stuff. So,
oh, it almost makes me want to reach out and ask. But I don't want to talk
yeah,
to them. So
right. I mean, you can only do so
if she's in
much.
a cult, she's in a cult. What am I going to? She's not going to believe me.
Right. Yeah, 'cause also they do kind of say, not to me, they never told me, but like people who do ask things and stuff, they say like don't look it up why he's in jail because it's like the
All
devil.
lies.
Yeah, it's like all lies and the devil's working through these people to prosecute him and like any detractors are actually the devil because he can work like he can inhabit people too and like so and if you're like looking it up then you don't believe and you're like hurting your soul because you
Oh
don't
my
have
God.
faith and yeah, so it's like all this stuff but so even if people are shown they don't.
Yeah, I mean, you can't convince someone.
Yeah.
They have to realize for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode. As always, our sources for the episode will be in the description as well as our social media links. We're on Facebook and TikTok under Let's Be Brief, so check us out there for updates. Also, email us at letsbebriefed@gmail.com if you have any ideas on future topics you'd like us to cover. We're always updating our list with topic options, so if we know you're interested, we can bump a topic up the list. Until next time, stay briefed.